Hello, welcome back to Delilah's Spiritual Spot, coming with something a little bit different. I'm looking for advice columns and I'm going to remix them using the tarot. So we're going to get started here. And I chose this article because I think it's very much in keeping with 2022. Lately, I've been hearing a lot about sugar daddies and sugar babies, and there's like a TV series, I think, dedicated to that. So let's go ahead and read this article. I'm just also preparing my cards as I go along. So the title says, "The girl I'm dating is on vacation with her sugar daddy." So again, you can find this on dearwendy.com, and we're going to go ahead and start reading this. It says, "I met a girl a week ago and we really hit it off. On the second date, she told me that she had a previously planned trip to climb Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania with another guy. Climbing that mountain was her life's dream. She was training for 5 hours a day. She only met the guy once before for a couple of days and wouldn't see him again until the trip. She explained that he was her sugar daddy, whom she met on an app, and it was her first time. The trip of almost 3 weeks required her to be having sex with him and essentially acting as his girlfriend. She wants monogamy, and I do also. She says she understands if I slept with someone else over the same period, but didn't want us to automatically be open. I think that this person is very bold. I am not buying that this is her first time. I'm not buying that at all. Um, I think that, the red flags are very apparent here. Um, and the fact that you're so torn only after 8 weeks tells me that you are very much into committing too soon in general. And that's a red flag. This is not even with me reading cards. This is just what I'm feeling just off of your text. I think this person, Wendy has her, not Wendy, this person who is not named, the sugar baby, um, I think that her priority is being taken care of. Um, and she placed that over your feelings. So although you feel committed and don't necessarily want to sleep with someone else, she feels okay with doing so. Um, it goes on to say, "I flip flopped emotionally, trying to get my head and heart in the right place. She helped, but had a harder time understanding why it's so difficult for me. Woo. I value the intimacy of sex with one person as very important part of a relationship. When someone devalues sex by sleeping with someone else, it really pains me. She left on a trip a week ago. She texted saying she just had to numb out and put up castle think walls." I think this means castle thick walls, meaning that she's being robotic and she's just doing whatever she's essentially being paid to do. She says all the right words and totally avoids any comments or descriptions about him or their sex life. But I'm so distraught. I don't know if I'll be okay when she gets back. I might not even be able to approach intimacy. And then he signs off by thoughts, not her sugar daddy. Um, let's read what Wendy's advice is. Wendy says, "My thoughts are that she's telling you one thing, that she wants monogamy and doesn't want an open relationship and is behaving counter to those words. My thoughts are that you likely have values that differ so much it would be hard to overcome such differences and forge a strong relationship. My thoughts are that after only 8 weeks, you're lucky you've learned about your mismatched values early enough that moving on from this woman would be much, much easier um, than had you been dating a year or two. I don't think that. I think you're having difficulties about moving on, period. This is why you wrote this. When she comes back from her vacation, let her know that after giving it some thought, you realize you are not a match. Wish her well and move on." I think Wendy is being very nice. And she's giving the diplomatic answers. Um, my advice is to run and run quickly, uh, because this person does not have your best interest at heart. This person um, is in the long run going to hurt you and hurt you severely. Um, I think again that this is a pattern for you, um, of finding people who don't have the same morality as you. And I think that you fall and fall quick. I think that you are in love with being in love. And I also think that this points to you having issues along your maternal line, maybe with your mother. Um, I must. I'm pretty sure that you're having issues with that. I think your mother was a narcissist, and I think she was controlling, and then you find other people that just reflect that relationship. And I know that sounds harsh, but I'm trying to protect you in this situation because the sugar baby in question, I don't think this was her first time. I'm not getting that feeling. I think this is something she does because she wants a certain type of lifestyle, and this is a way of getting it without having to pay for it herself. A person who wants monogamy does not go out and sleep with someone else. Her value system's off, nor does she care about your feelings because you're ready to be monogamous only after 8 weeks, but she's not there. You guys are not on the same page. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Let's see what the tarot gives me. Please give me a card for not her sugar daddy. Card for not her sugar daddy. We have the Magician. You know, this tells me that you kind of have yourself, you know, I like your morality. I like your morality. Um, I think that you somewhat have your priorities in order, but let's look at what's on the table here. You need someone, again, to match your morality. You need your high priestess to your magician, and this person is not it. You need someone who understands you on a deep level. You need someone who's going to support you. The problem is that you are not confident in your own abilities to attract the right person. I think that, and I don't want to sound harsh here, but I think that we are being a little superficial with our value system in terms of the way people look. I think that this directly correlates to your relationship again with your mother. I think that you want love from people who are unable to give it, who are unable to give what you need. There is something you seek in similar personalities because I think this is a pattern for you. My suggestion is to take a break, work on your magic, work on your power so you can attract a person who matches that energy. Because right now, you want to be settled so bad. You want to be married. You want to start a family, and maybe you feel your clock ticking. It doesn't mention your age or anything, but I feel like, number one, I feel like you may be a little bit older than the sugar baby, and I think you want a family and you want to be settled. We have the Ace of Swords, and this is swords in tarot. If you're not familiar, it's about your mental state. I think that you need to work on that. I think you need to get rooted here, represented by the World card, in your morality. And I think you need to grow. You need to definitely grow from these situations and take a pause, because what you need is a break. You need a break from all of this because I think this is starting to weigh on your confidence. I don't think you're confident enough to take up the mantle because you've been hurt. I have a feeling that, again, you've dealt with a lot of broken heart and people just not being there for you the way you are for them. We have the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups here. Tens are completion cycles. So I think you want to, again, you want to be, these are two family cards in the tarot. So the Ten of Pentacles means starting a solid foundation. It means family generational wealth. The Ten of Pentacles is emotional balance and family wealth as well, but on the emotional side. And because you need to match energies here, um, with someone who wants the same things, everything else is going to fall short. And I'm sorry to say that, but this all is not lost here, because this reading is about you finding your perfect match, you having your happily ever after, someone who's with you emotionally and grounds you. Um, Again, because you feel like you need to have a family, you need to be in that family setting, um, and that's fulfilling something you possibly didn't have as a child. The Temperance card speaks of emotional balance, right? It speaks of, you also want to have, you definitely want to start a family, you want to have children. If you don't, you want to, yeah, you definitely want to have children, which is interesting because I do feel like, some things that sometimes this is not discussed. You want to have, men have clocks and they tick, and you want to have family, you want to have children, which is interesting. But the Temperance card speaks to emotional balance and balancing out that energy, because when we're off kilter with our emotions, we attract. I think you're very vulnerable at this time, and you're attracting people who take advantage of you. Further highlighting this, we have the Moon card here. And this talks about things coming to light. And I think you're having an aha moment, or at least I hope you're having an aha moment. I also think you're talking to somebody else so soon. And I really would caution you against that. Um, because you need to figure out the shadow side of you. You need to figure out what this need is and what is driving, most importantly, what is driving that need in you. Um, I think you're going to be okay. I think you will find your perfect match and you'll have your family and you'll be settled. But it's going to take a lot of work for you to feel secure, right? And I think you're going to be insecure for a while. And I hope that you find someone who has that patience. My guess is you will. Um, and when you find that person, don't look at these past relationships, the failures of past relationships. I want you to look ahead at what's being presented to you. Um, and this is my take on this particular advice column. If you want advice, you can drop me an email at DelilahRose622 at gmail.com. And I'll be happy to answer some questions if you want advice about a certain subject. Otherwise, I'm going to be doing this maybe once a week, twice a week, because I really enjoy remixing these advice columns. And I hope you join me next time. Thank you.